What's up, everybody? Dark 1985. There's levels to this. Yo. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. So, let's start off by saying there's levels to this. Sometimes you can miss certain things. So I put this video up. It's Google's turn to buy something. And I put it up after the Sony news, right? So we know Microsoft got Activision, Sony got Bungie. And as a Google fan, as a Stadia fan, I was almost frustrated that like Stadia doesn't have a large selection of games, right? And I put this video up. Video says it's Google's turn, right there, to buy something. Obviously, you can see 2,000 people have viewed it. I got a few comments, not a lot of comments. How many comments I got? Only 178 comments, right? But I got a message from someone just wanting to have a conversation with me. Now, I'm not going to put the person's name or their gamer tag or anything in this video. I might reveal it in the future. I just want to talk to them a little bit more and go from there. But they put things in a different perspective that has helped me realize, boy, was I wrong. Google doesn't need to buy anything. You see, it doesn't seem like it. It doesn't seem like it. But Stadia actually has the upper hand. I know that sounds crazy. But stay with me. Stay with me. Whether you want to believe it or not, cloud gaming is not going anywhere. Cloud gaming is not going to die. Stadia is not going to die. Apparently, it's been dead for like 5 years and everyone's still wrong, right? But Stadia is not going to die. This is all credit to this conversation that I had with this person that reached out to me. Okay? Think about it like this. When Netflix first came out, it didn't work flawlessly. When Netflix first came out, it made sense to still have a DVD player. It made sense to still have a Blu-ray player. It made sense to have a 4K Ultra Blu-ray disc drive player, whatever. That made sense when Netflix first came out. Because everyone didn't have the same experience with Netflix. Plus, Netflix fidelity wasn't there. Doesn't that sound familiar? Eventually, though, the technology did catch up. And now we're at a point that you can't convince me why the hell I need a Blu-ray player. For what? For what? To watch movies at 4K? Netflix can do that. Amazon Prime can do that. HBO can do that. Disney can do that. I can watch movies at 4K like this. Understand that it took technology to get better. It took the internet to get better. And it made the DVD player, it made the Blu-ray player obsolete. Now I'm sure there's always one that's going to say, Doc, I still got my Blu-ray player. I like to watch my movies. Okay, cool. That's you, my dude. That's you freaking dinosaur. That's you. But the convenience of being able to watch a movie at 1440p on a freaking 7-inch screen, because you could watch Netflix now on your phone, is huge. The convenience of being able to just click on a movie. Do you understand that when you click on a movie in Netflix, if it loads too long, you just back out of it and go back in again? You think there's something wrong. You don't even have the patience for it. You don't have the patience to go look through a movie rack and look to see what technology caught up, and now Netflix doesn't seem like a bad idea. If you walked into someone's house and you saw a Blu-ray player, you would think they were a serial killer. So I suggest you leave right away. Some of us have CD players in our cars. Why? Why? There's no way you could convince me to buy a CD player. There's no way you could convince me to buy a Walkman. First it was the cassette, then it was the CD. Then we went to downloading music. Does this all sound familiar? And now we are streaming music. And it sounds just as good as it's ever sounded before. Ain't that something? Sounds good enough. I know there's going to be some technical people where it doesn't sound as good as download. Shut your mouth. To the billions and billions, sounds like The Rock, of Rock's fans, whatever. It sounds more than good enough. So that's movies, that's music. I know what you're going to say, you old dinosaur. Gaming is different. It's just a matter of time. Gaming is different. No, it's not. It's just a matter of time. The technology is not quite there for everyone. That's what it is. But eventually, you're going to walk into someone's house and see a console and think they're a serial killer. What do you mean you don't play on the cloud? What do you mean you don't play on the cloud? And then it's going to be, well, what service do you use? And it's going to come down to who has the best technology for that cloud service. At that point, then the content matters. At that point, then what's available to be played matters. Listen, there's so much more that this person gave me in this conversation that I still have to digest and marinate before I share with you guys. But understand, Stadia's not dying. Stadia's not going anywhere. Stadia's just chilling. And every other company right now is terrified. People say the Xbox, this is the last Xbox. Some people say this is the last PlayStation. Listen to me. It's just a matter of time before it will be the last Xbox and it will be the last PlayStation. The only thing I can see surviving is going to be the dedicated PC. And even then, there's something called cloud computing, that's way above my freaking levels. And the Nintendo Switch, Nintendo has a way of, they haven't missed yet. They haven't missed yet. But Stadia's not going anywhere. Look at the pattern. You want to hold on to the physical hardware. Your young kids, your grandkids, your nieces, your nephews, maybe not this generation that's coming up, maybe not 2 generations from now, maybe not even 3 generations from now, but probably by your 4th generation, I mean, you might be dead already. Hopefully you're not. They're not going to care about a dedicated hardware. They're going to want to consume all their content the same way they consume music and movies. Netflix gaming makes sense. Doesn't it make sense why they would want to do that? I can watch movies or I can click on this game and hurry up and play. The battle is with the technology. And if you're watching this video on YouTube right now, which I know you are, you're watching it with Google's technology. If your favorite search engine is not Bing, so you can get the Microsoft reward points, it's probably Google. If you don't use Wave, you're probably using Google Maps. Are you catching my drift? Am I making sense? There's levels to this. Not only is Stadia not gonna die, we are literally seeing the future of gaming. And Microsoft was smart enough to realize who they got to compete with. Dog 1985. There's levels to this. Give a quick shout out to the person that got me into cloud gaming. MM2K. I'll put his channel in the link. That dude was the one that saw me talking trash about cloud gaming, and instead of coming at me aggressive, came at me with love and got me into cloud gaming. Shout out to you, my dude. I hope I get to see the future that you have already envisioned. Okay? He's not the one that I had this conversation with, but he's the one that got me into cloud gaming a long time ago. All the other cloud gamers that make content, Project Storm, shout out to you. Cowboy, shout out to you. Y'all onto something. Y'all onto something. We out. Peace. Oh boy.